Focus now, Gianno Caldwell, Fox News political analyst. So let's start with the current threats that they're investigating right now, possible acts of terrorism, particularly New Orleans. And I just want to get your take on the politics of the moment with the man currently in the White House.
Well, you know what, Harris? I'm going to be very honest. I do not trust the federal government under the leadership of Joe Biden. Why? Because he's been a part of the problem. We know that since the border has been open, we've seen hundreds of folks that have come in that had ties to terrorism. Specifically, a report came out last year in June showing that 400 migrants were brought over by ISIS human smugglers. What were they doing? They weren't bringing them over here for freedom. They were bringing them over here for a reason that most of us realize already, and there's many, many more that we've seen come across that border commit harm to our country. Not only that, we've seen our military attacked, and we not respond. We've seen it on ships. We've seen it all over. So America has not been respected on the world stage with Joe Biden as the leader of our country, but that will soon change on January 20th, I can assure you that.
You know, it's interesting because every outgoing administration has this gap in time between Election Day and Inauguration Day. Usually, yes, though, there is not absentee-type leadership that's going on. But that is the criticism that I hear from people constantly.
Yes, and Joe Biden has been asleep at the wheel and literally asleep in the presence of world leaders. Yeah. So we've been asking a question for many, many months, perhaps at this point, years, who's really running the White House? Yeah. And we see that Joe Biden has, taking these actions to try to shore up his legacy by allowing some folks who are on death row to come off death row. He's given a lot of clemency to a number of different individuals. Meanwhile, we got people who in the United States of America are dying in the streets because of the violent crime that exists because of the border being open. It's called migrant crime. We have serious issues to think about. But, instead of thinking backwards, looking forward, I'm excited about Kash Patel taking over the FBI. I'm excited about Pam Bondi taking over the DOJ. I'm excited about Pete Hegseth taking over the DOD. These are individuals who I believe are committed to America, our values, and the forward movement of our country, and we are going to soon enough see the policy rollouts of how things are going to change.
Yeah, more than 76 million people voted with those aspirations of a better situation and safety, security, economic, all of that as well. So speaking of the Senate, by the way, at 11:45 a.m. Eastern, the U.S. Senate will begin its process. Goodbye to the 118th, hello to the 119th. Their transition, if you will begin. So we're watching for that. And also, top of the hour, shortly after that, the House will begin its session to vote for a speaker. So we got a lot going on in the next few minutes. I'm glad you're with me. The New Year's Day terror attack in New Orleans has Republicans calling to speed up what you were just talking about, Gianno, the Senate confirmation of President-elect Trump's national security nominees. And they include Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, FBI Director nominee Kash Patel, and former Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard for Director of National Intelligence. Fox confirms Gabbard will meet with Senator Mark Warner, Democrat, on Monday, and he's the top Democrat on the Senate Intelligence Committee. Incoming Majority Leader John Thune posted this. This is a clear example of why the Senate must get President Trump's national security team in place as quickly as possible. Incoming Majority Whip John Barrasso says lives depend on it. And Senator-elect Bernie Moreno says every single national security nominee should be confirmed and ready to protect America by January 20th. So that rubber stamps what you were just saying. Let's take it up a notch. The fight will be mighty because the legacy points that we've seen flexed with Joe Biden, Democrats in Congress and the Senate are going to want to do the same thing. Many of them are going to face elections coming up in 26.
That's right. But we got to keep in mind that the American people, given this administration is coming in a massive mandate, and we got to get those folks confirmed. It shouldn't be Republicans in the Senate fighting and seeking to find a reason not to vote for one of these nominees. All of them should be confirmed swiftly.
Yeah. I mean, because you probably, just like in the House now, you found out they're all voting for Hakeem Jeffries. Probably not going to get a lot of help from the Democrats. But it is great that these nominees are meeting with everybody on the Hill. Like Senator Warner,
that's right,
very tied to helping military families. So it's good. Gianno Caldwell, thank you.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.